So you've heard of SLU PP332, but have you heard of SLU PP915? What's the difference and which one should you take? So SLU PP332 is one that a whole bunch of people have been using effectively for a while. I've used it. It's highly effective for people that have severe mitochondrial deficiencies, especially something like a long COVID or a Lyme's disease. Situations where mitochondria are really not firing energetically. It acts as a powerhouse to push up the millivoltage inside your cells. It's also, interestingly, it auto toggle based on the exercise stimulus that you provide. So it'll favor specific fiber types depending on whether the day you're doing cardio and yoga or resistance training session. With SLU PP332, usually the dosing is orally and the oral bioavailability is not great. Conversely, SLU 915 is a genomic player acting on the chromatin level. So what that means is it's going to be chemically much stronger than 332, and it should really only be introduced to somebody if the client is tolerating 332 pretty well at the higher doses. And when I say higher doses, I mean at least 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams. Dosing for 915 is typically going to be lower, at least half of what you would expect for 332, and it's much more bioavailable orally. You should really only be using 915 for someone that is not a very inflamed person, as it can permanently ingrain inflammation cascades inside the body, and it can also really activate mast cells. So it's one you need to be careful with. Hyperpolarization is also a risk, and hyperpolarization basically is just something that happens in your mitochondria where you're fatigued, lethargic, you have a lot of elevated stress markers, your aura ring might be freaking out, and even when you're resting, it's like you're exercising almost. Whenever that's happening, whatever mitochondrial peptides or supplements you're on, switch to like a 5 days on, 2 days off schedule at least. Pull back on dosages, of course, and then as your mitochondria, reacclimate, that polarization will quiet down. So anyway, just some tips and tricks with those two SLU peptides. Please don't ask me questions about them because I don't like answering peptide questions anymore.